I just gotta say, winners write the history books.
Welcome to the Two Older Pure Gold Movie Podcast, where Gen X and the next generation revisit movies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I guess 60s, to see if they still hold up. In today's episode, we're discussing the 1963 sword and sandal movie, Jason and the Argonauts. I'm your host, Olen Vanderleeden, representing Gen X. Joining me today is my Gen X co-host, long-lost friend, and sword and sandal movie genre expert, Aaron Levitz. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today?
And Aaron, I heard that you left your last job and you're doing something new. Is it safe to say that you're finally getting that hot dog-based food truck going?
You know, I like to call it hot dog adjacent. They're more of tofu tubes is what we like to call them.
Okay.
But I think it's really going to take off. I'll be out there in Coquitlam sometime soon. I think that's my key demographic.
I'm very happy for you. You finally made
Awesome. That's Olen and I's fantasy right there.
it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, everyone loves a good tofu tube. I got to tell you that, guys.
There's enough room in the market for both of us. I'll just say that. Okay. Representing the millennials this week, we have Greek mythology expert Sean.
Hello.
Also representing the millennials, we have a guy who says he always wanted to meet a woman with wings, Anthony.
yes, hey guys.
Okay, let's get into this movie. Jason and the Argonauts stars a bunch of people I don't know. Todd Armstrong, Nancy Kovac, and Gary Raymond, if anybody cares. This movie is directed by a director I've never heard of, Don Chaffee, if anyone cares. Don was a British film and TV director. I don't recognize any of his credits before this movie or after, which means this is really the movie he was probably best known for. Also, we should note in this movie, the man behind the amazing creature work is Ray Harryhausen, who I think is really the star of this movie. The tagline from the movie poster is, "The epic story that was destined to stand as a colossus of adventure." Aaron, what is a colossus of adventure? What kind of measure is that? Is it bigger than a gallon?
It's bigger than a gallon, but smaller than a Titan. I think it's like right in between those two. But it's an imperial measurement, so we don't use it as often anymore. I
Right.
think is the big
Those
thing.
crazy Greeks.
Yeah.
IMDb describes the film as the legendary Greek hero leads a team of intrepid adventurers in a perilous quest for the legendary Golden Fleece. Now, for those of you that have not seen the movie, I asked my 94-year-old dad to watch Jason and the Argonauts and summarize the plot.
Jason and the Argonauts is an ancient Greek story about Jason, whose father was killed by his uncle Peleus, who installed himself as the king. Peleus saw Jason as a threat and sent him on a dangerous mission to find the so-called Golden Fleece, hoping, of course, that Jason will be killed in the process. Jason accepts the assignment and starts by building a massive ship, the Argo, and filled it with the legendary Argonauts, including famous heroes like Hercules and Orpheus. Anyway, on their way to the far land of Colchis, the crew encounters incredible obstacles and creatures such as the bronze giant, monstrous bird women, and clashing rocks. Upon reaching Golden Fleece country, the local king forces Jason to fight Hydra, a seven-headed monster, and finally some reanimated skeletons. After jumping in the sea and an unexpected love story, the Golden Fleece is finally taken home, where Zeus gives Jason a performance review.
I don't remember that last part. I have to say, in my dad's summary, the one thing that bothers me is that when he says Peleus, it sounds very close to penis, and it was really jarring, especially when you hear the longer version of his plot summary. Hearing your dad say penis repeatedly is not a comfortable thing.
Yeah, keep doing it, please.
There's at least 3 other people scarred by this.
Is this the first movie that he's probably seen like live at the time?
No, I mean, there's been other movies that he's actually seen. Like Crocodile Dundee we did. Crocodile Dundee's one that he saw in the theaters for sure. He's never seen this before.
Oh wow.
This was me, watching the TV on a Saturday afternoon. He's never seen this, and obviously this is before all of our time. This movie, But the reason I put it on the list is I have such, and I think Aaron, you too, I have such a nostalgic view of this movie. It's just like comfort food watching this.
It's weird because, like, this is way before my time, but Ray Harryhausen did Clash of the Titans in the 80s, and that was like required watching when you were in grade 5. Like, we must have watched it 100 times in grade 5 when the teachers didn't want to teach us. And then you saw this thing, Jason the Argonauts, which, like, even though it was, 19 years before it or something, or 20 years before it, looked roughly the same quality, which says probably more about Clash of the Titans than it does about Jason the Argonauts, which was way ahead of its time. And so, like, until we watched it now, I didn't know it's from 1963. I just assumed it was from, like, 1980 instead of 1981.
Yeah.
So growing up, I don't think any of us had any clue that this was, like, a super old movie. It's just, like, the same thing. It was Ray Harryhausen again.
No, and we did, like, it was just on TV. They didn't say when it came out or who was in it or anything. It was just on TV. Yeah, so for me, this was sort of a Saturday afternoon film. This was on TV all the time. As you guys know, in our day, you just watched what you had. You had 12 channels, you watched one of those, or you went outside, which I wasn't going to do. So Jason and the Argonauts. Well, since I picked this, I'm going to go first. So my overall reaction, I wrote down 3 different things, so I'm going to read them all because I was in different frames of mind throughout this film. My first summary of this film is a lot of diapers, dogma, and bad choices. But my second one is, I said, pure joy, because I really, really love this film. And my third summary of this film, so fucking cool, I love this movie. That's all I can say. Like, I was just, like, so happy watching this movie.
I like how we can see whatever you were on kicking in more and more as you gave different summaries. That's really great. The diaper thing was, like, I didn't realize standard issue diapers on long voyages was a thing. Like, it clearly was a uniform situation.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, when you say it out loud, it really does, right?
It's practical.
But, yeah, very practical.
I mean, it's not like you could take a break from rowing. Like, you just got to power through.
Especially when the rocks are going to crush you.
There's a lot of giving up on that boat. There's a lot of just like, it's too hot. I'm done rowing. Like, just we're going to drift for a while, see where we end up.
So, Aaron, you're a Clash of the Titans guy. What's your connection to this film, and what do you think rewatching it?
I think, too, probably like it was like a Saturday afternoon on TV thing. I doubt I ever rented it. I think the first thing that hit me is, like, once I knew it was from 1963 and you watch it, you know it's from 1963.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a different era than Clash of the Titans. But most of it is just like your mind is blown by how good the monsters are.
It's crazy.
Like, all the Ray Harry, like the fact that each movement they make is, stop motion. And yeah, it gets cheesy when it clearly they can't put them in the same scene. But like with the skeletons where they managed to get them mostly in the same scene, like that's wild.
Crazy
That was like even possible. So like I must have rewind the skeleton scene like 3 or 4 times, like just to rewatch it, because it was just wild how they did that. So I mean, I love it. It definitely is a movie from 1963. So you have to, like, I watched like the Godzilla TV show Monarch right after it. I'm like, oh yeah, things have changed, but like also they still have a hard time putting a monster and a human in a screen together. So
I know
it's just like you can see why this guy inspired like every major director who did special effects for the next like 40 years.
This guy was insane. Like Harryhausen, 40 individual pictures per second of film, and he managed to get probably 30 frames done a day. I looked it up. He got about 30 frames done a day. So just the skeleton scene alone took him 4 months to film. I'm getting ahead of myself. I would love to hear you millennials how this film strikes you on first watch.
Sure, I'd love to go first, Sean, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I went to rent it, and I saw, it's only 50 cents more to buy it. So I bought it. I was like, okay, maybe I'll watch it in the future. And I thought, oh, this will be one of those movies where you're happy. It's 1963. You're impressed with what it is. But I like genuinely enjoyed this film. Most aspects of it, the things I didn't think I'd like, I loved. The dialogue, the way everyone spoke, I guess like the aura of the film. The actors were phenomenal. Even the monster scenes, I was like entranced with forget the name of the scene where they're going through the rumbling rocks or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was just mesmerized watching like how they would get the guy in there, which is obviously its own thing, and then they would kind of go away and back, and it was just, I was thrilled. It was phenomenal.
I have to say, it warms my heart. You know,
And I watched Clash of the Titans. I think it came out like right after I got out of high school, and I love that movie. But this is
Different
better.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, totally.
very different. Very different. Okay, Sean, you're not going to airplane us, are you? Sean classically is the one person in 100 that doesn't like airplane, Aaron, for just to give you that reference.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
a
I think my
trash
sound
movie.
was off. There was something crazy in my ear. Could you repeat that?
Look, I gotta represent the other set of our viewers, right?
Yeah, the 1% that hates airplane. Go. Come on, play your position, Sean.
No, this movie is interesting for me because it's the honest truth is time has not been that kind to this movie
There
in
we
a lot
go.
of ways. But I also wish with all my heart we made more movies like this. Like I love this era. I like this type of story. I think it's amazing that the visual effects are better than many modern visual effects.
Yeah.
Like that's it's crazy to think that this movie's from the 60s and you're sitting there and there are better monsters on screen than some Marvel movies these days. Like it's really neat to see that. And I had a really fun time with this story. But in the honest truth is we've gotten a lot better at certain things like acting.
I did have that. I was laughing because Anthony said even the acting was good. I did have a question in my list of questions, which is, has acting changed? Because it's...
I may have had an edible before I watched, so
But the thing I think that helps this movie, I would say this. I had no doubt in my mind that this was a gem of its time. Like it's just so obvious that it was something special out of its time, and I don't understand why we don't get more movies like this.
I want to piggyback on that, Sean. I totally agree. I feel like that it was like a spectacle that everyone would have talked about and everyone would have been a part of. Now it's just slop, just poured out every month, just new, terribly derivative stories and same actors. It's felt different.
Well, we say this all the time on this podcast. Like CGI, it just isn't the same as practical effects.
Yeah, but there's also something like this is still in that era, the end of like the 60s where they still borrow a lot from the stage. Like it's still more theater than it is movie.
Totally.
And the practical effects are like set pieces there, but you still get that like, aura of being like on a stage and speaking Shakespeare and whatever. Like it still has this gravitas to it that, Anthony, to your point today, like, just doesn't happen often on the film side. Like just more effort goes into TV these days, but like at the same time, you just miss the gravitas of like, you see these people on the screen and other than like, what's her name? Honor Blackman, who eventually becomes a Bond girl. Like, I didn't know any of these actors, but like,
Nor should
like,
you.
They have a presence. Yeah. They have a presence on the screen, right? Like
Yeah.
where you don't feel that for most movies anymore.
Yeah. And what you said about it being more like a play, that exactly explains the acting to me. Because the acting that these guys did is more like if you said, pretend you're doing a Shakespeare play as you're delivering your lines. Right?
I did have that vibe when watching it. Like it's kind of theatery.
But I like that. I mean, it was just so fun that way. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's get into it. My first comment is, who cares about a golden fleece? And the next comment is, Greek mythology is whacked. Like these are nutty stories.
It's really funny to go back to Greek myth. I actually genuinely love a lot of Greek myths. It's also why I wish more stories were based on things like this. But the reality of those stories is they're almost all about horrible people doing horrible things. And
Well, they're Greek.
Whoa.
Peter's summary was maybe slightly misleading because Jason didn't get forced to fight the Hydra. Jason tried to steal the item that kept the city safe and happy. and had to fight his guardian. Like, this isn't a story of Jason, the hero who goes off to prevent some evil demon. This is Jason going to destroy a town because he's upset about his own. Like, it's...
I just gotta say, winners write the history books. I think Jason's a hero. I just gotta point that out. That Hydra looked very angry. Like, very angry. It had a bad attitude. It had it coming.
Yeah. I don't know if you're an ancient Greek and you're writing mythology. I don't know why Golden Fleece. Like, it's a magic blanket, right? Am I reading it right?
Yeah, I feel like that would be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. It looks itchy too.
It's also not always golden. Sometimes it's like really golden, and sometimes it's not.
Look, practical effects are tough, and sometimes the tinsel in the Golden Fleece falls off, and you have to deal with that.
I was wondering when I was watching it if it's like fiberglass, like you get little shards under your skin of Golden Fleece, and then it itches forever. And
You're healed. It heals all wounds, but you're very itchy for a few weeks after.
please handle the fleece with gloves. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I had this question, Sean, building off what you said. Is Jason a hero, a criminal, or a deviant? For example, were the diapers his idea, or were they just practical clothing?
I think it's the multiple choice here. I think it's the last two, deviant and criminal.
Let me see. Okay. I'll be honest. So I didn't really pay attention a lot to the dialogue. I was just enjoying the ride of this movie with whatever I was watching on the screen. Story might have been complex. I don't know.
It was not.
It was not, no.
Happens in all of one line. Like that's the whole love story, but it's there, as your father pointed out, a surprise. So I don't think you missed a lot in the dialogue.
Okay, good.
It's your most basic tier revenge story. Like,
Yep.
where that got halfway and then stopped.
Can we talk about how what were the guys across the rocks called? Not the Cochlean?
Cochleans,
They were
Culkins.
Colchis. Yeah.
Macaulay Culkins.
What? So here you have the Argonauts with nice fancy bronze hat. What the heck? Why were they wearing Smurf hats?
Yeah.
Like what protection were Smurf hat and like, Northern Ontario ear flaps giving them? Like I was very confused on what I was seeing.
It was a choice.
I mean, when you have skellies to do the fighting for you, you don't need helmets.
Fair point.
That's true.
Right? It's a power play. I don't need anything better.
But look at my amazing design with this belt.
Yeah. Mine has a bell on it.
Instead of learning to fight, we learned to make cats.
Sneezy. Get the skeletons.
Well, one thing I did pick up from this movie is that the ancient Greeks love their parties. They love their, dancing, sex orgy parties. I mean, it was a good time. Although I have to say, that last party was obviously a trap. Jason says it's going to be so dangerous, I'm going up on my own. Like, could be a trap, I'm going up on my own. He goes up, he finds a party. The guy says, why don't you invite your friends? And he's like, guys, it's good. Come on up.
They got grapes.
They got grapes.
That was definitely a moment.
Clearly not
of
a trap now.
Jason, come on. Of course this is going this way.
I got to be honest with everyone here. I did not pick up on that at all. I was like, that looks like a great party. Of course I want to invite my friends.
These guys
That's
are
why
nice.
I don't go on adventures anymore.
Yeah, I know. He thought it was going to be some complex trap, and he's like, nope, just a party. Can't be anything wrong here. Okay, a couple quick questions. Anthony, would you have sex with a harpy if you had a chance?
Not those ones.
Yeah, they were pretty blue, and they looked on the older side.
I thought that was one of the stupider things in the movie. The trapping the harpies. Like, you have them, just kill them. Why are you trapping them in a cage to hear them scream forever?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're just torturing yourself at that point.
And yeah,
Look.
the planning on that whole event was a little odd to me too, because first of all, they had a giant net. I don't know why they decided to bring it with them, but I'm sure they're glad they did. And then when they had to actually build the cage, they're like, go find wood. Go find wood? I'm on a Greek island made completely of stone with very few trees. What kind of mission is this?
So it's funny that you thought they brought it with them, because I imagine them sitting for 40 days sewing those guys on the island. I'm like, They definitely edited out the sewing scene in this one.
First they draped it over the top. Like, that's a pretty big
Yeah.
net. And then every time it just keep going bigger and bigger, and it's stretching. I was like, that must be like 200 feet.
And I'm going out on a limb and saying harpies are stupid. I would have seen that net. I might not have clued in as to what they're doing with it, but I would have been like, oh, what are we putting a pergola?
But again, practical effects says that net was real. Like watching them like actually feed the net out over that that set. That's amazing. Like you don't get that today. That would have been CGI'd everywhere else today.
For sure.
Totally.
For sure. And strong actors that could actually lift it. Okay, favorite monster. Well, let me ask it this way. Which one would you want to fight? If you had to pick one to fight, which one do you think you could win against the best? And if you had to have a beer with one, which one would you pick? You got the Harpies, you got Talos, the giant robot, you got Hydra, you got the skeletons.
Definitely having a beer with the skeletons. I feel like they'd have some good stories.
I bet they could party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those guys can hold liquor.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you have to fight all the skellies or just one? Because if it's just one, I'm picking the skelly.
You think you could beat the skeleton?
One's one-on-one? Yeah.
I'm fighting a Harpy.
Yeah, I agree.
Really?
A Harpy just seemed
Harpy.
exhausting. Like, you just kind of swing in the air. Like, that's what this movie taught me, is you swing wildly in the air, you don't ever hit it, and then you hope someone else has a
not that
net.
quick on the ground. Why is he fighting something in the air? Like, this is very confusing to me.
Yeah. It's true, but it's just process of elimination. I don't want to fight a seven-headed serpent. I mean, that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that one
metal
seems
robot.
exhausting.
Okay, so those guys really had the wrong idea to be throwing rocks at it. Like, so when I saw them throwing rocks and I saw how ineffective that was, that's when I made my choice. I'm not picking him to fight.
One of the moments I most agreed with Hera was when she was like, do you really want to waste one of your helping wishes on that guy? And I'm like, yeah, no, you can outrun him easy. Like, just go and figure it out. Like, come on.
My favorite of that scene is when a guy takes a spear, a wooden spear, and jabs his toe.
Yeah.
like now you've just pissed him off. Like, oh dear.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Hera was really honest. Like with her, when she should help people. Are you serious now?
This is the best you can
We
do.
can do this.
Also, he burned through those wishes so fast.
Yeah, one of his wishes was like, the guys don't believe me. Can you say something so they can hear you? that was one of his wishes, right?
Yeah.
It's like, the guys are giving me a hard time. They're saying I'm an idiot because I'm talking to a wooden woman. Like, please, just say something.
Tell him I'm not.
Or the other one where it's like, oh, you'll reach this land by noon. Well, it was already daytime. Like it was like probably 40 minutes away. They could probably just look the other way and see it. It's like a real waste.
He really, you guys are right. He was terrible with wishes.
Yeah.
And he turned down Zeus in the beginning for like an amazing ship and a crew. He's like, this is the hard way.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's how you got traders on your boat. Like, come on.
Okay, now that I'm reflecting, I'm very disappointed in Jason.
Oh,
He made poor choices all along the way. Anyhow. Okay, let's talk about best parts, because I think actually worst parts is going to be more fun. But best parts, anybody want to go first? I got some great ones.
I feel like this is pretty straightforward. The skeleton fight is awe-inspiring. Like, even modern era can't always do it as well as that. So that's amazing.
Agreed.
And the one Anthony called out in the beginning is actually shockingly amazing as well, which is the rocks, the guy holding the rocks apart.
Which,
like
that scene, by the way, I agree it was great. I loved it, but it was this weird juxtaposition because sometimes it looked like it was being filmed in a bathtub, and then, but then, like, the splashes.
you could definitely tell it was like a little miniature section in some parts.
Also, there wasn't a lot of conversation. Like, if that big fish king held the rocks back for me. Sorry, I'm not using the right Greek mythology terms.
That actually
bigot.
I was going to say your ancient Greek is very
I know, I brushed up a little before the episode. But if a giant fish king comes up and holds the rocks back for me, and I'm taking my boat through his armpit, I'm at least going to say, like, hey, thanks, or how you doing? Something, right? Like a little conversation. Nobody talked to him.
Do we all agree that there was one too many armpit shots in that?
Yes.
Like they really they didn't get enough B-roll in the bathtub, so go back to the armpit. I think honestly the skeletons are amazing, but Talos, something about that metallic, like the metal bending sound effect in the Talos scene is so good. Like it's so smart that again, like we take a lot of that stuff for granted now, but be able to pull that off is unbelievable. So I find that scene to be hilarious.
And his balance was phenomenal. Did you see him when he was like spread eagle on the two rocks, balanced?
I mean, he was kneeling for. Look, I'd like to see you even get out of that chair comfortably right now. Like, let's be nice to the guy.
I bet he could do parkour, is what I'm saying.
I also like the scene too when I forget the name, Hermes maybe, when he took Jason to see the Greek gods, and it was kind of like shrunken down on the chessboard, but it was kind of like, you know, I don't know. For 63, I felt like they gave off a very like a FaceTime vibe. Everyone was doing a good job of communicating, like they were on a phone call or something. It was cool.
Yeah, good communication. I wasn't expecting that in Best Parts, but that's a good one.
It was like a lot like ancient Zoom.
Yeah, exactly.
But what was really cool is like for those of us who have watched Star Wars, you know, the first time Princess Leia shows up because C-3PO is projecting her, and you see that hologram, you're like, oh my god, the future is now. But the teleporting they did between like Earth and Olympus used that same effect in 1963. I was shocked at that part. Some of that stuff.
Very ahead of their time.
Okay, well, you guys got all the big ones. I got a few lighter ones here. So, first of all, under Best Parts, I said the drummer is the best job on a Greek rowing ship.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like, that's...
He looked just as tired as the rowers. Did anyone notice that? When the rowers were tired, that drummer was tucking. He was like, oh, I can't jump in there, guys. I'm so tired from drumming.
What about the guy that just yells at everyone on the boat?
Yeah, he's good too.
To work harder. That's a fun one.
Honestly, it's the guy in the crow's nest who has the easiest job. Like, just, oh, there's a boat.
Thank you.
I can't come down to help, though. There might be a second.
There's a giant bronze robot coming at us. Did anyone notice that up in the crow's nest? Like, did someone say, turn around, this is going to go badly?
He's clearly not doing his job.
They were really delayed on giving the order to go backwards for that, by the way. Like, that guy was coming for a while, and then it was like, at the last moment, oh, maybe we should go backwards now.
Okay, Best Parts, I had Old Hercules. I love that they cast like an aging, flabby man as Hercules. It worked. Gives me hope.
Well, it's funny because in the myths, he is such a piece of shit. So
he's a dog, that's for sure. Like, if there's any babes on that island, I'm getting me some. That's what he said. That's in my favorite quotes. I may have got it wrong, like not exact right wording, but that's what he said.
That's what he meant.
Okay, one more thing. Sorry, boys, you have to hear this, but I just have to call out no bras in ancient Greece. That was a delight too.
You bring that back.
Yeah, you should bring that back. Okay, let's roll into worst parts. Okay, I'll start us off. The rowing. Okay. Sometimes those oars didn't even touch the water.
Yeah, they're just kind of like moving it all around.
They were slapping the water. The oars never got deep in the water, and they mostly just like slapped the air. I imagine those guys were there forever, just sitting in the harbor, like 2 days of rowing, and then they look back and you still see the beach. Like Hercules could swim to the boat 2 days later.
Well, he kind of hired all these guys that were like really good athletes or whatever, but I would want really good rowers if all we're doing is rowing.
I would want good rowers.
I think that plays into mine as well, which is anytime they tried to use their swords. Because one of the things I find interesting about movies from the 60s is that it's from an era where they didn't bother to teach people how to use anything. So watching them swing those swords around is infuriating because it's so stupid. Especially when and I'm sorry, I'm going to say, to me, the Talos thing is the worst of the monster fights because he's so clearly so slow that you could easily stay away from him forever. And them just randomly swinging in the air to fight him was ridiculous.
You get lucky with a swing. It happens.
Sure.
I find like, well, other than like the Smurf costumes, which I've already talked about ad nauseum as being like why was this a choice? I find it weird that the thing that bothered me is we never went back to see if he actually killed the king. Like, it just kind of ends. It's like, well, he did the thing, so does he get his kingdom back? Like, it really feels like we ran out of film, so we're just cutting it here, have Zeus say something and wrap this thing up because we're over time on days.
It's clear they wanted a part two, right? Like, they must have, because, you know, the actual Jason and the Argonauts myth has an entire journey on the way home. Though, fun fact, the Talos incident is the journey home, not the journey there.
But, like, this comes from a day where there wasn't really sequels. Like, it wasn't, like, every movie didn't, like, that's you watching it today going, like, clearly we're trying to make another other Avengers movie. But this was, like, I think it literally ran out of film, time, or money. It's like, or all three at the same day.
I had it on worst parts, the abrupt end, because I was watching and I'm like, this is really cool. And then, wait, what is the end?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
That's funny because I actually really like that. I like it just, we're done. Thank you. I don't need anything else. I got what I needed.
You know, it's...
See, and that's also from the modern lens of exhausting endings that go on for 10 hours.
Exactly. I hate that.
I mean, it is refreshing when you look at the length of the movie and it's not like 4.5 hours long. You're like, oh, I can actually do this in one sitting. Let's go.
Oh, that is so nice. And you know, you get right into it too. Like, not a lot of build up. It's awesome. I love that part.
Jump in, jump out.
But I'll give one other worst part, the love story, which was clearly 4 lines of dialogue, and that's it. That's impressive brevity.
She fell in love with him fast. What do you think it was? Was it his looks? Was it being rescued in the water?
I think when you're around, I don't know how many Argonauts there were in the end, 10,000 or 30 or something. The guy who looks best in his diaper generally wins, and I think that was Jason. I think he really pulled off the diaper the best.
Well, that's not just Greek mythology. I think that's a rule for life.
That's science, guys. That's just science.
The science of romance.
It's been a long time, but if I remember the original story right, I think she's literally bewitched to fall in love with Jason. Like, I think the gods get involved.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Which they probably removed because then you're getting into basically rape.
Then they would have ended up on Woke or Joke. Okay, one last part I just got to hit before we go, and I'll phrase it as a question. Is it masculine to play a baby harp?
There's worse instruments.
Yes, if you can get away with it.
Ding, ding.
That's a power play. I can play a baby harp and still look good.
Okay, thanks for my cold open. Okay, let me tell you how this movie did. You guys think it was successful?
Oh, I think it was massively successful.
I was surprised that they had movie theaters in 1963, really. But anyhow. I don't know a lot about
Born in
film.
like 1964 or something. I don't think it did that well. I would guess that like it was very critically acclaimed, but it was kind of like a middle of the road movie the year it came out, like from a box office standpoint.
Well, I'll tell you what I could figure out. So, according to Box Office Mojo Worldwide, Jason and the Argonauts was, well, this was long before Box Office Mojo, so it doesn't help us. This was long before they even kept good records. So I tried to use the most advanced AI tools I could to try to estimate it, and it sounds like it was somewhere around the 30th biggest earner at the box office in 1963, so modest. Cleopatra was the biggest earner this year, and this blew me away. It was a monster. It brought in $57 million in 1963.
Wow.
Which is $600 million today.
That's probably just America only.
And no, that's worldwide.
Okay.
Although these films didn't go very international in those days. It's not like today. I think it's dominated by the U.S. for sure. Just to give you a feel for other movies in this year, How the West Was Won, The Great Escape with Steve McQueen, From Russia with Love, so James Bond. So this wasn't a nothing year. And Jason, in the research, Jason probably beat out Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it said. So in this year, Tom Jones was the Oscar winner. And just to kind of ground you in what was going on this year, 1963 is the year of the JFK assassinations. Not that I'm suggesting it was linked to this movie. By the numbers. So the budget for this movie, I did find the budget, it was $2.5 million, which makes sense. It looked like money went into it. Again, this is before they kept records, but the estimate is that it did about $5 to $8 million in the theater. So that's not bad. And again, these days, Aaron, I think it's true. You have to do double to make money because of all the promotion. I don't think they had a lot of promotion in those days. I think you printed the poster and stuck it on the wall.
Yeah, maybe you bought something in a newspaper and that was about
So
it. There'd be a few TV commercials at that time, but that's about it. Yeah.
So if you,
it's not the same as it is today.
if you doubled your money in that era, I think you did just fine. But here's the thing. Over the years, this was a monster, pardon the pun, on TV and home video. So the estimate I came up with is that it might have done $100 million to today, like in total. So it's phenomenal.
Well, they got $5 out of me last night, so good for them.
Did you do the buy thing? I missed earlier, but did you do the buy thing because it was like 40 cents more?
Yeah, it was like it was $15 regular, but it was $4.99 for HD.
It said HD, which then as I clicked on it, went, it's 1963.
Yeah.
What am I doing? But fine.
I'm usually not an HD for standard guy. I can't see anything anyways, but it was worth it.
Okay, a Rotten Tomato score. So let's have you guys guess, critics and audience, out of 100, how they rated this. But this is a movie, I think, where the contemporaneous part is really going to help it. Like, I bet there weren't a lot of reviews in the day, and I bet more of them are more recent.
So what are we guessing here?
You're guessing how many critics out of 100, professional critics out of 100, said this is good, go watch it, and how many regular people out of 100 say this is good, go watch it?
Critics 86 and people 79.
I'll go critics 89, audience 75.
Okay. So I'm going to go high on critics I'll go with like a 90 on critics because I think critics will see this as like an important piece of movie making history. But I think given the amount of people who watch it today and went WTF, I bet the audience is like 55.
Really? Okay, so Anthony and Sean, I'm surprised that you rated everything so high, but Sean, you got the audience bang on. Anthony, you got the critics bang on. So 89 critics, 79 audience. Wow. So low score wins. Aaron, you had a 25 because you misjudged the audience. Anthony, you had a 4, which is spectacular for this game. And Sean, you had a 3.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
So good job. Yeah, I was blown away by this. The audience, not so much. 79 feels about right to me, despite what Aaron said. But the critics, 89, I guess they're just, it must be all Harryhausen.
But it's like very clear that this is like for movie making magic, this is magic.
Yeah.
Like this is the capital M magic. So if you're a film critic, you've got to kind of take the stance of if I want any clout going forward, I better say this is cool, even if I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I was also just assuming that like a lot of those reviews are from more recent times, right? And there's probably a lot of the critics didn't want to be the person who angered an entire cult
exactly.
of obsessed fans. That's where I was coming from.
You don't want to piss off Steven Spielberg, let me tell you, as a critic, I don't think.
I think too this movie also benefits from the fact that it's so old because they give it that benefit of the doubt. Yeah. And they're gonna look at it
I didn't give the
favorably.
audience enough credit that they would give it the benefit of the doubt. They'd be like, I just watched Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
It has got way better effects than this.
Yeah.
Although
I think a lot of people probably know what they're getting into.
Although we often say with movies like this, it's a little bit self-selecting because if you're tuning into 1963 Jason and the Argonauts, you're not expecting Iron Man. Well, you got him. He was in there, but...
Bronze Man.
Okay, let me give you some trivia. So we talked about Harryhausen. It took him 4 months just to film the skeleton scene. And it's 40 frames per second, so 40 pictures. And every picture he takes, he had 35 limbs to move for each frame. Whew. So you got to go into those little skeletons. It's crazy. The skeletons originally had bits of flesh hanging off them, and the censor said it was too gruesome, so he had to... I hope he didn't have to redo the whole thing, but... That would have been cool.
Oh, totally.
The Argo, so you mentioned his fishing boat. He could have got a nice new one from Zeus, but he said, nah, I'll build it. The Argo was built over a fishing boat and powered by 3 Mercedes engines.
Which is why no one knew how to row. Wow, those guys really wall whining for nothing if they had 3 Mercedes engines.
Oh, they probably kept breaking down.
The Talos monster, how tall do you think it actually was?
Oh, it's got to be inches, right? Like it's It's got to
4
be just
feet,
a little
I
statue.
think.
4 feet. Sean, what did you say?
I was thinking inches, so like a foot or something,
14
right?
inches tall.
Wow.
That's crazy. All right. Only other thing I have here is that Terrence Stamp was considered for the role of Jason. Okay.
Cool.
Moving on to woke or joke. Do you guys have anything?
No, I don't think so. Not that I ever do, but
Well,
I mean, is this what aged poorly question?
yes.
Because most of everything Zeus says aged very poorly.
I wrote down one just because it made me laugh. You can help the girls. The rest is man work.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the kindest thing he said in that whole speech.
By the way, I realized we skipped favorite lines. Did you guys have anything noted?
The gods are best served by those who need their help the least. I liked that quote.
yeah, that's true. I always forget to write them down, but that was a good one.
I did have the rest is man's work as the worst quote in the movie that no one should ever say again. But
Okay, so I had, first of all, what do you want with goats on a ship? Just the guys were looking at the herd of goats and saying, like, we should take a few.
Damn Greeks.
And then the next two, I'm just going to paraphrase, not give the exact wording. So I did like Hercules when he said, hey, if I find a lady with big boobs on this island, I am definitely into that. When he said, don't touch anything on this island, he's like, well, sorry, if there's a hot lady, I'm doing it. And Zeus, when he said, if I had to punish everyone who shit talked to me, I'd have no followers.
Also, fun fact, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure Hercules is the Roman version of the name. In the Greek is Heracles. So kind of out of time with that.
Well, good thing we have an expert on the call.
I also found I would also say not a quote, the whole Jason talking to the king, who I forget his name. What was the king's name? Briaces?
Penis, yeah.
No,
Penis.
Penis.
King Penis.
Like, he's the king. Isn't his face on a vase or something? Like, somewhere? Like, doesn't someone know what this guy looks like? He's the king of the land. That whole speech in there was, like, wonderful to me. I loved it.
Okay, noted. All right, sorry for jumping around. Now I'm popping down to reviews. And however you guys felt about this movie, I promise you there were others who liked it more or less than you. For this movie, there were 37 10-star reviews out of 229 total. Honestly, most of the praise is for Harryhausen's work, but I got a couple of quotes that might be fun for you guys. So, Harryhausen didn't do effects, he created mythology. Other reviewer says the skeleton fight alone earns the 10 stars. Fair.
That I can support.
The acting is questionable. The monsters are immortal. I think we've
Also bang on.
said all of these things.
Sweet haiku.
It's too bad Matthew's not on this one, because I remember watching Jason and the Argonauts in the early 60s as a boy, and I thought many of the men wearing basically nothing were hot and sexy with nice bodies. That's
Or he left his review.
yeah, thanks for the review, Matthew. Okay, well, let's hear about the 1-star reviews. Like, how can you think this is so bad you give it 1 star? It's unbelievable. So actually there was only one 1-star review for this compared to the 37. So a couple of quotes. It's basically a travel documentary interrupted by skeletons.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Correct. But that's its charm.
And I was promised action. Instead I got rowing.
Which we've already discussed, you really didn't get either, so that makes sense.
So, Siskel and Ebert, this was 12 years before the start of their At the Movie show, so I had to go to AI to get this. So this is AI Siskel and Ebert.
Oh no. Oh no.
So AI Siskel said, the story and performance are pretty thin, but I have to admit the effects are remarkable. The skeleton fight alone is worth the price of admission. And then AI Ebert said, you don't come to this movie for deep characters, you come for the imagination, and in that respect it delivers. Ray Harryhausen's work gives the film a kind of magic that still holds up.
See, you can tell it's AI because they didn't disagree with each other.
Okay, remake. Does this deserve a remake or sequel? So, what do you think?
Okay, so it had to have had a sequel planned, right? I'm not crazy.
It did. So you want to know what happened
Okay.
to it?
Please.
And Anthony, you had asked about the US versus international, so I forgot, but I've got this note here. The film was a massive hit in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan, and it did well in Europe, but it did very poor business in the US, and that's what killed any chance of a sequel being commissioned. So
That shocks me.
It's a shame. I would like to have seen a sequel. I think remake, honestly, for this one. Like
If you remake Clash of the Titans, you can remake this.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Aaron, were you disappointed with the Clash of the Titans remake? Because you're a fan of the original.
Yeah, I mean, when you shoehorn in Release the Kraken and it has no power to it, like, come on, that's like just a waste. So yeah,
obviously,
I did not like it.
we're not asking for the current Marvel era type directors to remake this movie. We actually want a good one.
Yeah,
That's all there is, though.
Quentin Tarantino,
But
right?
like, to be fair, I enjoyed the new Clash of the Titans. So like, I'd like to see it redone now. Like, it's John, you said it. Like, this kind of storytelling is just good, solid storytelling. Like, why not try it?
I can't say his name right, but if you gave it to someone like, what is it, Denis Villeneuve, the guy who did the new Dune movies, like, I bet you he could make an amazing version of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Denis Villeneuve, yeah, but if you didn't like the amount of rowing you saw in this version, Denis Villeneuve would have each oar have its own scene, so you would have to.
Maybe that's what I want, Aaron. Come on.
Okay, I mean, hey, more rowing. That's what this really lacked. Let's get to the heart of it.
Well,
I don't think modern filmmaking could do this justice, sadly.
yeah. I mean, CGI could make pretty cool monsters, but there's just something so great about this stop motion version. Harryhausen was the king. I mean, he's got a real legacy now, eh? It's awesome. Okay, well, we are at the end of the pod. Is this movie too old or pure gold?
This is pure golden fleece.
This is one of those interesting ones. 'Cause
Here we
I don't
go.
know that it's an amazing movie, but it is pure gold
Okay.
because it, out of the time, no, like, because it is such a, like, it's a pinnacle of its time, right? Like,
Yep.
you can't argue with that.
Yep. No.
And I think those sorts of movies are actually important for people to watch. Like, I think it's important for anyone, like anyone younger now, to go back and see one or two of the pinnacles of each era because they matter for doing good movies still, right? There are things you could take from this movie and use in modern filmmaking that would help you. Not everything, get better actors, but a lot of it.
Wow. Well, it's pure gold for me.
I mean, no qualifiers, pure gold. Pure gold rewatching it, pure gold when I watched it the first time, pure gold as a piece of movie history, pure gold.
I had a great time watching this. Okay, I got two more questions. The first question is, what should we do for the next entry in the Sword and Sandal series here?
Well, now I want to see Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, it's got to be Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans is great. Although
Yeah.
I did enjoy when we did Beastmaster.
Because I've seen the remake, but never the original.
The original's great. And the original I did see. in the theater.
Beastmaster was solid.
Yeah, Kodo
Beastmaster
Podo.
was solid.
See, okay, it's a quick side rant for me. One of the things watching these older ones, like watching Beastmaster and watching this, makes me really feel about modern films is we're missing some of that, like, just creating a fun mythic world. And yes, I know Jason is pulling from real ones, but like, I just feel like we have a lot less imaginative worlds these days.
Yeah.
We'll do a whole episode on why Hollywood has a hard time making imaginative movies now. That's why Hail Mary did well, right? Is because it was the first time in forever we saw an imaginative movie.
Yeah.
But I very much agree.
I think it's a totally corrupted industry now. It's not about making good movies. It's about selling opinions and visions. And maybe it always was like that. I don't know. But I don't like it.
Yeah.
Give me these older every day.
Honestly, there's very few modern movies that I get excited about. Like, I have to go see it in the theater, which is too bad. But this was a gem. I enjoyed it. My last question for you guys before we leave this podcast is, what do you do with the Golden Fleece when you get it home? Like, do you hang it on the wall? Do you put it behind glass?
I'm wearing that every day. What are you
Wearing
talking
it?
about? Like, we're rocking that,
Oh, yeah.
rocking
Well,
that
I
every
mean,
day, everywhere.
Like, it comes with its own hat. Maybe you have to dry clean it first, probably, to get the bits of Hydra out of it. But other than that, like, that is
And the
that is
fiberglass.
everyday wear.
Yeah, you'd have to wear an undershirt. Like, you couldn't just go topless and wear that fleece because it'd be too scratchy.
It's like an
I
old
think we
wool
all
coat.
know Sean's going fleece and diaper only. And so
No,
That's
full
a visual.
birthday suit and
I-
fleece. That's
I think I can get AI to generate that image for the thumbnail.
I was
for
gonna
this
say
episode.
that should be the thumbnail probably.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining. Aaron, I love doing these ones with you. Thanks for joining again. This
Oh, I just want to say one
Thanks for
thing.
having me.
I don't know when this is going to release, but if anyone's out there, go buy this movie so you can show your kids or your grandkids one day before it disappears.
Oh yeah, you know, in the reviews, I only shared a few to keep it short, but a lot of the reviews are like, I watched this as a kid, then I watched it with my kids, and we all loved it. Like, you're right, great advice. This is a generational one. Show your kids what old movies were like, and there's nothing wrong with this one. It's just good fun. Okay, well, we are out. So, thanks, guys. I will see you later.
thanks, everyone.
See you guys.
Sean, I will see you in 3 minutes. Aaron, I will see you hopefully soon. Yeah.
For a tofu dog.
Okay, see you, buddy.
All right, later, guys.
See ya.
See you guys.